You're going to start by popping the ball just underneath that left heel and bringing the right toes to then match it, but your right foot is flat. Your left heel is raised onto the ball. So you've got a nice straight right leg and bend through the left knee. Take a nice deep breath in. On your exhale, draw the chin to the chest. Actively press from the big toe all the way through to the small toes. Find that nice roll down, letting the crown of the head hang. Think weight forward into those toes, but still grounding through the heels. On your exhale, tuck from the tailbone. Articulating that spine, scooping the body, restacking the vertebra. Roll the shoulders back and gently lift the chin off the chest. One last one on the side. Exhale, finding a nice reach towards those toes. Take a nice deep breath in. On your exhale, scoop that tailbone underneath you, restacking the vertebra, rolling the shoulders back and coming towards the top. You're going to step that right foot forward now, so you've still got your heel onto the ball, so it's elevated. Reach the arms out ahead of you and inhale, bend gently through the knees, not too far because we still want to keep that left heel pressing to the ball. Then exhale to press to the top. Inhale to lower and exhale to lift. Have a nice drawing down of those shoulders. Inhale, exhale to rise. Oopsie, I nearly fell over. Inhale to sink. And exhale to lift, and go for the last 6. Inhale, exhale to the top. 5 to go. Inhale, exhale, lift for 5. Last 4, focusing on one point. Exhale up. Should feel that back quad work quite hard. For 3. Inhale, exhale for 2 to the top. Hold that balance. 1 more, we're going to hold the chin at the bottom. We reach the arms above the head, keeping the chin lifted. And exhale, drop those arms. Going for just 4 more. Inhale, reach. And exhale to lower. 3 more. Inhale, extend the arms. Exhale to lower. Keeping those ribs tucked down towards the hips for 2 more. Feel that back leg work hard. And do 1 more. And drop the arms. And come to the top. And step that leg back. Right, a little bounce back, we'll slowly get out of it. We're going to go do that all on the opposite side. So let's ground through the left foot now, pop the ball underneath that right foot. Next job, 2 roll downs, take a nice deep breath in. On your exhale, find that roll and reach to the floor. Keeping a deep bend through that right knee, nice lengthen left leg. Exhale, scoop from those abdominals and come towards the top. 1 more. Exhale, you roll down, reach for the toes, take a nice deep breath in. On your exhale, tuck that tailbone, articulate that spine, restack, lift the chin, roll the shoulders back, be tall. Get ready now to step that left foot forward, find your balance, reaching those arms, we're going up and down. Inhale, exhale, lift for 10. Inhale to lower, press from the legs, lift 9. Hold that balance for 8. Inhale, press, exhale, lift for 7. Drop down, exhale, lift for 6. Inhale, exhale, lift for 5. Feeling that back quad work. Exhale for 4. Inhale, drop, press from the legs, exhale for 3. Inhale, exhale for 2. 1 more, get ready for that hold through the legs. Make sure that the shoulders are stacked on top of the hips. Inhale, we lift the arms. Exhale, drop those shoulders, reach the fingertips forward. 4 more, inhale and exhale. 3 to go, inhale, reach. Exhale to lower. 2 more, inhale, up. Exhale to lower. 1 more, inhale to reach. Exhale to lower. And press yourself up. Step that back foot forward. Take a nice deep breath in. On your exhale, hopefully not sitting on your ball. We're going to sit onto your mat. You're then going to reach back behind you or find where your ball is. Scoot to the front end of your mat. And we're going to reach those arms out ahead of you. Think heels really digging into the mat. A gentle bend through those elbows. And and a nice squeeze into the ball. So we're going to feel those pecs work across the chest. Exhale, scoop the spine, traveling just to a point you know you can come back up from. Exhale to keep that round spine, and then inhale, sit back onto those sitting bones, lengthen the spine, be tall. Give that ball a nice extra squeeze as we scoop, going for 4 more. Inhale, exhale to scoop, inhale, grow nice and tall. Keep squeezing into that ball for 3 more, digging those heels into the mat. And exhale up, inhale, grow back to that extended spine. Round, think pubic bone to nose, really scoop, find that deep connection. If you squeeze into the ball, it does help. And round, inhale to sit tall. Last one, we're going to scoop and hold that scoop. We're going to squeeze into the ball. Squeeze, more release for 10. Squeeze 9. Keeping the elbows bent to help with the squeeze for 8, 7, 6, 5. Exhale 4. Keep digging those heels down into the floor for 3. Squeeze for 2. 1 more, hold the squeeze and scoop the spine. Keep squeezing the ball and roll around your back and reach those arms towards the ceiling. We're going to walk those feet in, and you're going to reach up and you're going to place that ball in between those knees. Pressing hands firmly to the sides alongside the mat. A nice big squeeze of the inner thighs into that ball. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, finding that nice posterior tilt and then peeling that spine off the mat. Holding that clench, make sure the chin stays lifted off the chest. Take a nice deep breath in there. Hold the squeeze. Exhale to sink your spine. Melt it into the mat. And then release the pelvis at the bottom, finding that nice little space between your spine and the mat. Exhale, squeeze that ball again. Articulate it up. Think for a moment at the top here that your heels are really glued to the mat. You're trying to pull heels towards glutes. Inhale. Exhale to melt. And release the pelvis. Release the ball. 3 to go. Lifting up. Inhale. And exhale to sink back down. Releasing hips into mat. Inhale. Pressing and lifting up into that nice pelvic curl. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Keep the squeeze. Keep that squeeze into the ball. And release the hips. We're going to scoop that spine. Contract knees into the ball. Press and hold. And we're going to hold a squeeze into the ball, but we're going to lower the pelvis a bit. And then exhale to squeeze it back up for 10. Holding that posterior tilt, squeeze a little tighter in the balls, you press 9. Feel those hammies in the thighs work for 8. Exhale for 7. Little drop of the pelvis, press, contract glutes, 6. Exhale for 5. Give that nice reach of your fingertips, 4. Heels drawing back to glutes, exhale 3. Exhale for 2. 1 more, hold the pelvis, hold the squeeze into the ball, and we sink that spine and release the spine, the hips into the mat. Very good, let's go into a nice warm up for those low abdominals. So reach up and reach for the ball into the right hand, bringing the ball into the right thigh in the front. You've been a nice and neutral spine. As you rise your left arm into the air, left leg to tabletop. Now you've got a nice constant press, pressing the ball with that right hand into the right thigh. Holding neutral, let's reach that left arm back, the left leg reaches forward, but not touching the mat, just hovering. Exhale, bring hand to touch knee. For 6, going slow, finding that nice deep abdominal pelvic floor connection. Exhale for 5. A nice point to this left foot, inhale, reach. Exhale, put it in for 4. Inhale, extend, and exhale, tuck for 3. Keep pressing into the right side, hold that stability on that side for 2. Inhale, exhale, 1 more. You're going to hold that left hand connected into the front of the left knee. Now press left hand firmly into that left knee, right the ball. We hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release that left arm and leg down. Moving the ball across towards the left hand. A nice firm press there. Think about even that left heel trying to draw back towards the glute, so active leg. Float right arm left, right leg up, same arm and leg, and nice big press of the left hand into the ball. We reach right arm and right leg away, hovering that leg, make sure the ribs don't flare, and we go for 6. Inhale, exhale, tuck, hand to knee, 5. Inhale, extend, exhale for 4, keeping that connection into neutral spine, neutral pelvis, for 3. Inhale, exhale, tuck for 2. 1 more. Exhale, in, give a nice firm press over right hand to right knee, left hand into the ball. Then shoulders dragging away from ears, opening across the chest. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release that right hand and right foot down to your mat. We're then going to reach up again, placing the ball in between those knees, keeping feet flat into the mat. We circle the hands to interlace behind the head. You've got a nice neutral pelvis, you've got a nice squeeze using those adductors to hold the ball in place. And we're going to exhale to lift that chest up, and then lower it back down. And we rise up into the chest lift, and you lower back down. Exhale, lifting. Keep that squeeze at those inner thighs, work hard into the ball, so really squash it. And lower slowly through the shoulders, the back of the head to the mat. Going for 5 more, for 5. And drop, try not to release the ball as you go down, keep the squeeze. For 4. And lower. And exhale, 3. Inhale, exhale down. 2 more. And lower and an exhale again. 1 more. Exhale to lift, hold the squeeze into the ball, hold the chest lifted, the pelvis, the knees stay still as you rotate your chest on the exhale to one side. Inhale to middle. Exhale for 9, opposite way. Exhale for 8. Exhale, rotate 7. Exhale, up and across for 6. Back to the center, look at the ball, keep squeezing that ball for 5. Exhale, up and across for 4. Exhale for 3. Exhale for 2. Exhale, rotate 1 more. Come to the center, hold that chest lift, hold the squeeze into the ball. Inhale and exhale. Release through the head and chest and slightly release the knees off the ball. Let's bring those knees to hug up, holding the ball into the hands, just gently rocking side to side over the lower back. Let the neck be soft into the mat, the shoulders be soft into the mat. As you do a little gentle rocking side to side. We're going to build on what we did earlier and all those movements. So you're going to take a nice deep breath in. On your exhale, still the body in the middle of the mat. And let's bring those feet back towards your mat. We're holding the ball into the right hand, but this time crossing it over towards the left thigh. And we're going to bring the left hand behind the head. Take a nice deep breath in. On your exhale, keeping that right arm straight, you're going to lift your chest and open it towards that left side as you roll the ball up the thigh. Nice big press into the knee with the ball, and inhale to drop all the way back down. So as we lift and turn to the left, make sure that your right hip bone stays stuck down, and inhale to drop. Going for 4 more. Exhale, twist your chest open for 4. Inhale to lower. Exhale, up and across for 3. Inhale down. Exhale, rotate for 2. And lower. Exhale, lift and rotate for 1 more. Holding your chest. We're going to pulse that chest up and up for 6. Little drop. Exhale, 5. Exhale, 4. Are we pressing hand into the ball for 3. Exhale, 2. One more lift and hold the chest. We pulse the hand into the board. We release for 6. For 5. Hold that chest lift with rotation. 4. For 3. For 2. For 1. Inhale, exhale to lower it all the way down. Reaching out with the left hand to find the ball, placing it across to the right side. We're repeating that sequence. Take a nice deep breath in. On your exhale, lift and rotate open to the right now. Inhale to drop back down for 6. Inhale, exhale, lift and rotate for 5. And exhale, up and across for 4. Finding those abdominals now to lift that chest up for 3. Inhale. Exhale, up and across for 2. One more, can we lift and hold that rotation? 5, 6 little pulses, sorry, up and up for 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, lift and hold. We pulse the hand to the ball and release. 5 to go. 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower head, neck and chest all the way down. That's it, we're going to keep that head, neck and chest down just for a little while. You're going to bring the left leg to tabletop. Crossing the right hand with the ball towards that left knee. Reaching left arm up and then bringing that right leg to tabletop. So you've got this constant press of the right hand into the ball, into the left knee. We're closing that space slightly between the lower back and the mat, but holding neutral. You're going to stretch your right leg forward, left arm back this time. Exhale to tuck it back in. Holding the press into the ball. And we're going for 9. Inhale, reach, exhale, 8. Keep looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale for 7. Inhale, exhale, tuck for 6. Inhale, floating that right leg off the mat for 5. Reaching, exhale, tucking for 4. Keep thinking ribs pulling down to hips, but pressing that breastbone down. And going for 2 more. Exhale for 2. Inhale, exhale, 1 more. And hug knees towards chest. Keep holding on to the ball. Have a moment here, let's do 2 little recovery breaths. We're flying through the abdominals, take a nice deep breath in. And exhale to sigh that breath out. Do one last one, take a nice deep breath in. Fill that belly. And exhale to sigh that breath out. Drawing legs to tabletop. This time, left hand across into the right knee with the ball, right arm stretches up. Inhale, we reach right arm, left leg, hovering that left leg off the mat, and exhale to tuck it in. Remember to keep pressing that left hand into the ball. Exhale for 9. Inhale, reach, exhale, tuck for 8. Inhale, really contract the quad to straighten the knee out. Exhale for 7. Inhale, exhale, tuck for 6. Extending out, exhale for 5. Reaching, exhale for 4. Reach, long arm and leg for 3. We finish it for 2 more breaths, left hand into the ball. And do one last one. And exhale to tuck it in, hug knees to chest, keep holding on to that ball. Soften the feet, maybe give the ankles a little roll, wiggle the toes from all that pointing. And maybe even gently rock side to side over the lower back. Take a nice deep breath in, still yourself in the middle of your mat on your exhale. Hug those knees in, hug the ball in with the hands. Lift the head and chest, and exhale, roll yourself up to seated. We're going to come onto the elbows and the knees now. Let's start by balancing onto the left leg. You're going to straighten your right leg so you can pop the ball behind that right knee. So you can have your right toes tucked. Your left shin is pressing nice and firmly as well as the top of the foot into the mat. Try and make sure your head isn't hanging and looking back behind those knees. We're slightly elevating the eye line to almost look to the front of the fingertips. Holding your hips in the middle, nice neutral spine. On an exhale, let's find a little kick up to the ceiling for 10. Dab that knee down. Exhale, lift for 9. And low. Keep pressing through the shoulders for 8. And tap. Exhale, squeeze it out for 7. And exhale for 6. And lower. Exhale for 5. and tap. Exhale, kick and squeeze for 4. Exhale for 3. Exhale, up for 2. And exhale, hold it in the air, little pulses up and up for 10. 9, 8, make sure you're not swaying too much to the left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And tuck that knee in. That's it. From there, let's do a little reach of the arms forward, hands on top of the ball as you press your hips back. Then your chest drop down in between those arms, finding a nice stretch to the spine. Take a nice deep breath in and fill the belly. Exhale, sigh that breath out. One more, take a nice deep breath in, filling that belly. Exhale, sigh that breath out. Gently tuck the chin around the spine, scoop forward. And then let's bring you, we're still going to be working on that right leg, so we're going to lie onto your left hand side all the way down. And we're going to open up that right knee joint again and pop the ball behind the knee. You want to make sure that top hip bone is really reaching long to try and hopefully create a little space or lift through the ribs at the bottom of the mat. And you're going to take a nice deep breath in and exhale. We're going to lift and open that leg. You have to draw the heel to the glute to hold that ball in place and lower back down. Exhale to lift and open for 9. Making sure the top shoulder is open and rolling back. Exhale for 8. Exhale, lift and rise for 7. So we really want to open that hip joint into the glute on the right there for 6. Exhale for 5. Exhale, open for 4. And exhale, lift for 3. Exhale, up for 2. One more, lift and hold, little pulses of that leg up and up. Keep squeezing heel towards the glute. 8, 7, 6. Don't lose that ball. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And lower that leg all the way down. That's it. We're going to bring you into a little stretch, so you can almost just let the ball rest in front of you, or just slightly hold it in place with that bottom arm. Reach back, hold on to the top foot with the top hand, draw the heel towards the glute, and then open that leg back as you draw your hips forward, rolling that top shoulder open. Feel that stretch to the front of the leg into the quad. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release that leg. You're going to keep your bottom leg bent this time, straighten out the top leg. The ball almost comes in front of you. Still resting your head down, so ball underneath the right hand with your elbows slightly pointing up towards the ceiling. As you exhale to lift that top leg, we press down into the ball. Inhale, release the ball, release the leg. Keep thinking, stretching that top leg long. Exhale for 9. Exhale for 8. And exhale for 7. Exhale for 6. Exhale for 5. Release the ball, release the big toe to the floor. 4. Exhale for 3. Exhale for 2. And last one. And drop the leg and release the ball, tuck that leg in. That's it. We're going to press you back onto those hands for the elbows and the knees. We're going to go do that all on the opposite side. So let's bring that ball behind that left knee, dropping down to the elbows, tucking the left toes, but pressing that right shin and top of the foot firmly into the mat. So I want you to really feel as though those hands are stuck to the mat, the elbows are stuck to the mat. Nice neutral spine, feel as though the elbows are drawing back to the knees, and on an exhale, a kick up for 10. Exhale, squeeze up, 9. Exhale for 8. Try not to sway to the right. Exhale for 7. Lift for 6. Exhale, 5. Exhale, stand up through that hip, 4. Exhale for 3. Exhale for 2. One more, lift and hold, little kicks up and up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and tuck that knee in. Reach back, find the ball, bring it out ahead of you. We're going back into that little stretch before we take it onto your side. Drop the chest down to the floor, drop it. Extend the hips back, reach the arms forward. Pull that belly on your inhale. And exhale, side out to the mouth. One last one, take a nice deep breath in. And on your exhale, scoop that spine, almost roll forward. And then take you on to the right hand side to lie down, so we'll be working through the left. Bring that right arm all the way underneath the head. Open that left knee joint to pop the ball behind. And then bend those knees, top hand in front of you. Lift through the waistline at the bottom, feel like the top hip bone is extending long and away. And exhale, lift open for 10. Bottom leg pressing firmly down, open for 9. Exhale, lift and rise for 8. Keep opening this top shoulder, roll it back for 7. Exhale, open for 6. Exhale, lift open for 5. Exhale for 4. Exhale for 3. Exhale for 2. We lift, we do little pulses up and up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Pull heel to glute 4. Find that hammy 3, 2, and we lower that leg all the way down. Let's reach back. We're going to hold the ball to the right hand just to keep it close. You're going to bend through that top knee, grab hold of the foot with the top hand, roll the shoulder back, gently pull the knee open and back for this opening stretch. Hold for 5, for 4, 2, take a nice deep breath in, and exhale, release the foot and release the leg. We're keeping the bottom leg bent, the top leg extends. We bring that ball back to the left hand in front of us with the side poking up on that left elbow towards the ceiling, start with the leg rested. On an exhale, press to the ball, lift that leg, release the ball, drop the foot down. And exhale for 9. And exhale for 8. And exhale, rise the leg, reach it long, length out your joint 7. Exhale for 6. Exhale for 5. Exhale for 4. Exhale for 3. Exhale for 2. Exhale for 1. Hold the press into the ball. Did we do little pulses? Actually, I think we did. You're lucky. Lower that leg and release the ball. And you can tuck that leg in. Right, we're going to go straight back to lie onto the back. Bring that little ball with you and popping it back in between those knees. Reach the arms towards your sides. Give a nice contraction, so a nice squeeze of the knees into the ball. Take a nice deep breath in. On your exhale, scoop the spine into the mat. Keep squeezing the ball. Holding your hips up nice and high into this pelvic curl. We're going to do a slight release of the knees, releasing the ball, and we squeeze for 10. Exhale 9. Exhale 8. Think heels trying to draw back to glutes. They stuck. 7. That'll help with hamstring activate more. 5 to go. Release and squeeze. Exhale 4. Exhale to contract 3. Exhale 2. Squeeze and hold. Squeeze that ball nice and tight. Push your hips up, pull your heels back. Press your arms. Hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and sink that spine. Releasing through the spine, the hips, and you can hug those knees towards your chest. Just do gentle circles this time over the lower back. Going for 5 in one direction. 3 more. Circle around for 2 more. And circle around for 1 more. Going the opposite way for 5. Finding that round circle for 4. Circle for 3. Last 2. And circle for 1 more. Very good. Release those feet down, and you're going to almost then open the knees holding it here, feel like the heels are really drawing up and inwards towards the pubic bone. You then go to reach those arms up to the ceiling. So keep thinking that your knees are pressing open, the soles of the feet are really clenching together. Take a nice deep breath in, a little squeeze into the ball as you exhale to lift your chest, and you want to place the ball forward towards the soles of the feet. And inhale, release the squeeze into the ball and drop back down, arms just to the ceiling. Give a little extra squeeze as you come up for 9. Lift and rise and reach for 8. A little bit of unsupported work here for the neck, 7. And lift for 6. Keep actively drawing heels up to pubic bones. Squeeze the soles of the feet together, squeeze the balls as you come up for 5. Exhale, reaching, squeezing the ball for 4. Exhale for 3. Exhale for 2. One more, lift and hold. Bring the left hand behind your head so you've got the ball into the right hand. You twist your chest, almost placing the ball to the inside of that left inner thigh. We're going to lift up a little extra, rolling the ball almost like you're going to reach the knee. A little drop of your chest down, not all the way for 9. As you reach up to the left, keep pressing the right knee down and still through the right glute. For 6, inhale, little drop. For 5, so your arm is looking past the outside of that left knee. For 4, exhale for 3, exhale for 2, exhale for 1, and all the way down. Let's reach that ball, the arms up to the ceiling. Little squeeze into the ball, take a nice deep breath in. Now the knees pushing open, the heels tucking up and in. Exhale to lift up. Find that height of your chest first. Hold the ball firmly into the left hand. Bring the right hand behind the head. And as you twist to the right, make sure you push your left knee down even further. That left hip into the floor. And we lift. And we do a little drop for 10. Exhale 9. Outline to the outside of that right knee. 8. Exhale 7. Little movement as possible in the legs for 6. Squeeze the soles of the feet as you come up 5. Exhale 4. Exhale, reach 3. Press down into the ball into the thigh for 2. And exhale for 1 more. And lower it all the way down. Slowly use those hands to tuck and guide those knees all the way in. We're going to straighten the legs one at a time along the mat. Draw ankles, knees together. Holding onto the ball this time, extending those arms all the way back behind you. Soft bend into the elbows and nice squeeze into the ball as you lift the arms ahead in the chest. Scooping the spine into the mat as you roll and reach forward. And feel the stretch at the back of the legs. Squeeze that ball, inhale. Exhale, scooping your spine. Look eye line to the ball. And as the shoulders land, extend those arms all the way back. Just 2 more like that. Inhale, lift arms, head and chest. Actively press ribs into max and try not to hoist yourself up. Use those abdominals and inhale, reach a little extra forward. Exhale, find that scoop. Relax the shoulders here. Sink, control it, no collapsing and reach over. Take a nice deep breath in. We've got one last one. Inhale, lift arms, head and chest. Exhale, scoop into that nice seated C curve and reach it forward. Take a nice deep breath in here. Exhale, scoop the spine, roll up, and come up to seated. You're going to come onto those knees. We're going to bring that little ball with you. We're going to start with pressing the tops of the feet, the shins nice and firmly into the floor, and you've got the ball into the left hand, pressing into the side of the body. You're rolling both shoulders back, and this time now pressing your right hand. You've got more work happening on the left than the right, but you're going to tuck the tailbone, contract the glutes. So we're going to inhale to lean over to the left without that right hip pressing to the side. Exhale, nice big press of the left hand into the balls. You come up for 6. Inhale to that side bend, so lateral flexion through the spine. Exhale, lift to the top. Feels like those knees are tucking inwards towards one another for 4 more. Inhale. And exhale up. 3 to go. Little gentle squeeze of the skin of the shoulder blades together. And exhale to lift. 2 more. Extending down and over into that side bend. Exhale up. One more, inhale to reach, and exhale to lift it up. Taking that ball, moving it across towards the right thigh, or outside of the thigh. A nice firm press of the left hand into the side of the body, but more work coming from this right hand into the ball. Inhale, we go over to the right, make sure that left hip bone doesn't bulge to the side. And exhale, press firmly into the ball. I want you to make sure that this right shoulder isn't popping forward. So make sure the scapula is set. Going for last 5. Inhale. Exhale, lift 5. Inhale, down and over. Exhale, scoop and lift for 4. Gentle squeeze of the skin of the shoulder blades together. Inhale. Exhale, lift for 3. We finish it for 2 more. Inhale, contract the glutes. Exhale, up. 1 more, reaching down to the right knee. And exhale, lift to the top, and you can release it all. That's it from here. We're going to take you to now onto your belly. We're going into your extension. I want you to reach those arms forward, planting almost the wrists on top of the ball, so one hand on top of the other now. You're actively squeezing your legs together. Think about a little ice block underneath the belly button that you're pulling up and away from. Think about the shoulder blades drawing actively away from the ears as you press down into the ball, and inhale to rise up into your extension. Exhale, keep contracting the legs together, glutes squeeze together, and then release, head and chest down, reach the arms forward. Draw those shoulders away from the ears, setting the scap, and inhale to rise for 4. And exhale to soften. 3 more, then we're going to switch the hands to the opposite way so that they equal. 3. Reach on the inhale. 2 more, press down into the ball like you want to pop it into the mat. And exhale. 1 more, inhale to rise, shoulders down, eye up, and exhale to drop forward. Swap your hands over. We do 5. Inhale to lift and float. Exhale to drop the breastbone, the chin and the nose. Draw those shoulders, set your scap. Inhale, 4. And exhale to lower. 3 to go. Inhale, up and look forward with the spine of your face. And exhale. 2 more. Inhale into that extension. We're nearly there. And exhale to extend and drop. 1 last one. Inhale to float. And exhale to dive forward. That's it. Well done. You can release that ball, press it out in front of you, let it roll away. Let's bring those knees as wide as the mat, big toes to touch, plant those hips back. Extend the chest down, letting the forehead rest onto the mat. It's uncomfortable for your shoulders, you can slightly bend your elbows and rest there. Otherwise, really trying to find an extra reach of those arms forward. Letting the belly almost just really hang to the ground. Think tailbone drawing to the sky. Feel that slight compression through the hip joint. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, sigh that out. 1 more, take a nice deep breath in. And on this next exhale, gently press forward through the hips, planting yourself back into a nice 4-point kneeling position, knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. A nice softness of the tops of the feet, the shins into the mat. Spread all those fingers apart. Actively press through the index finger and the thumb. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale like a little spinal wave. Tuck the tailbone, scoop the ribs. Round chin to chest. Inhale, unravel that spine. Belly to the floor. Ribs down. Eyeline up. Press like you're pressing off the mat. Going for 2 more. Being mindful to really curl through each vertebra in the spine. Inhale, unraveling and looking up and forward. Exhale, do 1 last one here. Finding a nice deep tuck into that spinal flexion. Exhale. Inhale, drop the belly. Roll the shoulders back and look up ahead of you. Finding a nice neutral spine now, so a little tuck of that tailbone, out down towards those fingertips. Tuck all 10 toes, take a nice deep breath in, keeping the knees bent, the heels lifted, crack the hips, finding a nice neutral spine here. Then deeply bend your right knee and let that left heel press as close as you can to the mat. Push your chest back to your thighs, alternating it. And we do one on each side. Keep pushing out of those shoulders. And the last one, drop that right heel, bend the left knee. Then make those knees bend again, lift those heels, pack the hips, chest presses back, take a nice deep breath in. On your exhale, you walk those hands back towards your feet with bent knees. So find a nice forward fold. And if you can now then, you can straighten out your knees. Otherwise, keep them bent, take a nice deep breath in. On your exhale, tuck from your tailbone, articulate that spine, and come all the way towards the top so we can roll you down one last time. Let the arms hang to the side, make sure you're pressing from the big toe to the small toe, feet pointed forward. Take a nice inhale, a soft micro bend in the knees. Exhale, touch into chest, scoop that spine, reaching forward to reach for those toes. Take a nice deep breath in. And on your exhale, with mindfulness of drawing into that core, tuck the tailbone, restack nice and slow, pull back with those abdominals, ground through the feet. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chin off your chest, and stand nice and tall. Well done.